Hi guys, it's Tuesday and I have a video for you that is a layout that I made of my daughter and I. This was Mother's Day. I want to say it was 2018. And I just grabbed a bunch of the new Bloom Street collection from Paige Evans that came in my Hip Kit Club March kit, and a couple of little fussy cut items from some scraps in my stash. And here you can see I cut apart a bunch of labels from the Bloom Street number 13 paper because I ended up getting like 2 or 3 of those because I ordered it on my own as well. That one scrap was from Summer Lights, and then I'm just showing you there's some Simple Stories vintage that I had in my stash, and then Cocoa Vanilla Unforgettable. And the cut file is called I can't ever say this right. I always want to say terranium, but it's terranium? Anyway, terranium maybe. And it's from the Hip Kit Club March 2020 cut file exclusives. And I thought this little paper with all of the rainbow of hearts from Bloom Street would look absolutely beautiful inside of this terranium. And so I'm just going to fussy cut out this piece, and I'm sticking with pinks and yellows because, you know, that's kind of my jam. So there is a little bit of blue and green at the bottom, but it actually ends up helping me at the end because I can add some of those labels I had cut apart from the number 13 paper, and I'm going to put those up towards the top of the layout, but you'll see me get to that. But yeah, I had a good time making this layout. I really like the colors, and it makes me happy, and I'm getting more into those spring and summer photos, and I just love digging into some of my stash and adding it with some of the new products. And it's amazing how you can mix and match, and you don't have to just use one or the other. And I had kind of gone on a mission to get through some of my citrus twist kits that I've had. They were kind of piling up, and I think I've done a good job of that. I've got a bunch of layouts that are pulled, page kits that I pulled together, and I'm starting to use up some of that product. I think I ended up throwing out like 6 or 7 boxes and kind of integrating it into new layouts, and marrying a couple of boxes so that it took up less space. But I feel like I'm making a real dent in some of those older kits that I have, and also being able to somewhat keep up with the new kits that I'm getting from Hip Kit Club. So, and I do like the little stamps. I forgot how much I like the little stamps from Citrus Twist, and I have a ton of them. I think I subscribed to them for a couple of years, and so I've got plenty, and they're a really good size to just stamp onto one of their little cut apart labels. So I'm pretty sure I don't bore you this entire time with backing this cut file because it is going to get pretty intricate here with the florals. But I do end up adding a really old scrap. I want to say it's Christy Tomlinson. It's going to be the green in the leaves. And then that Summer Lights collection that I used in a previous layout from Pink Paisley from a couple of years back. I end up using for the flowers, and I really, really, really enjoy how this turned out. So I hope you do too. So my daughter here in this photo, she's basically mini me. She's actually over visiting right now, but she had to take a phone call, so I thought I would do a quick edit because I already had it pulled up. But this is like video number 4 I'm editing today, so my voice is already starting to wane a little bit, so I apologize if it starts to go on me. It doesn't take much for my voice to give up. It's always been kind of hoarse and week. Like I can't even order at restaurants. I have to get Bab to do it because nobody can hear me. So, and I have my volume on my Snowball. It's turned up so high so that I don't have to scream into the microphone. Bab is an absolute technology genius. So we've gotten that figured out because I think I used to sound like Minnie Mouse or like a little girl on my videos, but I think that problem has been resolved. So here we go. This is it all done, and it is popped up on double-sided foam tape, and it is just beautiful. I love, love, love how that turned out. And it is, the background paper is that Simple Stories Vintage Botanicals collection. I think it's Botanicals. I think so. And I love that color, and I love that it has a little bit of I don't know, wash and little tone on tone color to that background paper. It just makes it's not a solid, so it doesn't resonate to my eye as such a solid that it makes the terranium stick out oddly. I think it all blends together beautifully. So there's some of that scrap from like an old Christy Tomlinson paper, and I used several little scraps to back my photo of her and I. You can see in this photo we even dress alike sometimes, although she's kind of got her own funky style. She's a trendsetter more than I am, but we both enjoy being casual in little dresses and things that are just kind of flowy and soft. And so in the summertime, we wear a lot of those types of things. And as she's gotten older, we look more and more alike, I think, which is, you know, I look more like my mother as I get older. So I think it's just a strong gene pool. But I do end up popping that picture up twice. So it's very dimensional. This layout ended up coming out very heavy and very dimensional. So I think I'm going to get that all tacked down, and then I'm going to reach in for some embellishments. I kept getting a little bit of glue on the photo, but I'm going to go back, add a few of these embellies. That is just a cut apart from one of my scraps of Unforgettable, I believe. And then here I bring in some fussy cut labels from Citrus Twist and a couple of other places. Let's see. I'm going to use those Bloom Street labels, and I'm going to use some of the, I know that little 3x4 card was from Bloom Street number 6, was it? I don't know, I'm starting to confuse myself. I just made this layout. I should be better than this at documenting or remembering. But I did document quite a bit. And I'm not very good at checking my documentation before I just start chatting along, because I get excited about getting videos done. So these little labels at the bottom, this one says happiness, and it is from, I want to say it's from the Simple Stories Botanicals collection. I had a big scrap or a big sheet of stickers from that, and I want to say it is from that. There is also the little labels from Bloom Street. The one underneath happiness says wonderful day, and I'm going to add a little yellow one to the left that says so much fun, and I'm going to add one to the right that says I love you. And then at the top, I'm going to build this little cluster that has a Citrus Twist cut apart, and I put the date on that label. And then I'm going to add another Bloom Street label right there that says love this day. So I've been really enjoying using those labels. I think they're just adorable. And I saw Missy Whidden make a layout for the Hip Kit Club where she used them in a rainbow pattern and then ruffled up all of the edges, and I thought that was genius, and I really like it. So I may have to steal that idea. I don't know. I like to look at people's layouts and draw inspiration from them, but actual stealing them, I feel like I need to ask permission. I'm kind of weird like that. It's like, I don't know, I should really ask first. Probably because I put out content. Maybe that's where the guilt comes from, because I don't know. I'm just weird like that. Anyway, I'm lining up some more of those labels. Bloom where you're planted, togetherness, fun memories, and growing smiles. And I thought that was adorable. And some of the flair that I used is from Cocoa Vanilla Unforgettable. And I've got that cute little camera and the butterfly. And I am going to reach into this Bloom Street American Craft Thickers. And I'm going to put this word beautiful right down at the bottom. And I had this little, you're going to see me add the word happy. I had this in my stash forever, and I want to say it's Amy Tan, but I'm not sure. But I'm just going to finish up adding some of that Bloom Street thickers, and I just add them a little bit everywhere. I end up taking the heart off, but I keep the leaves and the butterfly. But for whatever reason, the heart just wasn't working for me, so I'll take that off. And I'm not going to use that leaf either. I do keep the heart down at the bottom by the camera. And I thought about adding a couple of more, but I think this butterfly is the last one to make it on the page. And I am going to end up doing a bunch of white splatters, so everything kind of ties in together. So there's that little word happy that I've had in the bowl on my desk forever, and I finally figured out how to use it, and that's going to be my title, basically, is Happy and Beautiful, because she's so pretty. Isn't it easy to do layouts for people that are young and vibrant, and they look so healthy and they're so pretty? It's like, oh, your skin is gorgeous, your smile is pretty. Maybe I'm biased because it's my kids or my grandkids usually that I'm scrapping, but I don't know. She's very photogenic. I am not photogenic at all. I don't know what it is. Even Alan is like, wow, you don't look anything in photos like you do in person. And I've just always been that way. People will look at photos of me and go, who is that? And I'm like, that's me. And they're like, no way. And I'm like, yes, that is me. And so, I don't know. The camera is not my friend, and it's not just because I've gotten older, or because I am the weight, or I'm not the weight that I want to be, or whatever. Because I do have some body image issues, but I literally have never looked photogenic in pictures. I don't look good in pictures. I even did those like 1980s glamour shots, and I looked ridiculous, and I just don't translate through the lens of a camera very well. And I get jealous because other people that I think, like, I don't know, I don't want to say they're not as attractive or whatever, but I don't know, they translate beautifully, and I'm over here, I look terrible. But anyway, that wraps up the layout and my diatribe about me and how I look in pictures. So that's it. I'll have another video for you in a couple of days, and I appreciate you watching. Stay safe and stay healthy. Ta-ta for now. Bye.